That's funny, Jamie. Yeah, so I think I was going pretty fast up this road actually, considering. But there you go. I just waiting for my pupil to turn up now, so I'm just going to send him a very quick message, and we should get on with our driving lesson pretty soon. Afternoon, Tom. You alright?
Yeah, you?
Yep. There you go. Alright. Paperwork out, decide what we're going to do today. Cool. Alright, so we're looking at the 27 to 25. How's your theory going?
It's not. At least you're honest about it. Most people go, oh, yeah.
Do you know what,
I'm working on it.
The past couple of weeks, even today, has been. I'm genuinely super stressful today. Work is just insane, and I'm being pushed because I work for my dad, as you know. I'm a structural engineer, but I'm the only one who knows how to do the CAD drawings. But I'm currently looking for a new job, so I went for an interview at the start of the week. And I'm waiting to hear back from today. So I've got that, but I've had to tell my dad that I'm looking for a new job and stuff. So he's gone into panic mode because as soon as I finish, he's got no one to do CAD.
Yeah.
So he's just hounding me, saying, "Well, I need to manage this. I've got to manage this and stuff like that. I need to know what I can do and what I can afford to get you to do before you finish." And I was like, "I don't even know if I've got the job. I don't even know if I want this job. To be honest with you, I was always applied for it because I've been applying for a couple of things. It just so happened that this interview fell at this time. So yeah, it's a bit.
Right, no worries, Tom. Leave it to me. I'll give you a decent drive today. A stress-free drive today for you. Okay?
Yeah, I was a bit apprehensive because I was like, I hate it when it's been a while. But I said to Jess, she was like, "Oh, how do you feel about your driving lesson?" And I was excited to do it. I don't like it when it's been a while because I feel like
Well, it's only missed. How many weeks? You missed
Just one last week.
Just
one. Yeah. I don't want to go for too long.
No worries at all. Listen, Tom, can we just reverse a little bit? I know there's not a lot of room there, but I think we can get an extra sort of 30 centimetres backwards, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. So if you just pop it into reverse, and you can use a reversing camera. It's really accurate, you know. So this is your space. This is the back of our car. You can see from the colour. Okay.
And would it move off its own momentum, much the same as going forward? So really, you just need to lift off the brakes slightly.
Yeah, handbrake off first.
Yeah.
So super slow.
Going slow.
There's a release. Gentle. Got a bit more. Tom. Got just a tad more, mate. All right, that'll do. And then move off when you're ready. Then now keep in mind I can't see up and down the road, so I'm relying on you 100% here.
Yep.
I strongly suggest you turn your wheels to begin before you actually move the car at all. That's it. It is tight. Okay? Yes?
Yeah.
Then. So the signal's really just in case anybody comes round the corner, then they can... Are you good?
Yeah.
Big turn. Take the beamer. All right. How's your jalopy going then? Jalopy? Yeah, it's not American saying. Jalopy is an American car. How's your...
Oh, right. Yeah. Just loves it. Yeah, she still gets nervous about parking and stuff. And most days, like if I work from home, I end up coming home to her ringing me, coming out, sorry, to her ringing me, saying, can you come and check my parking for me? But she's doing fine, and everyone she's been in the car, she's a fantastic driver.
Yeah, of course.
She's got nothing to worry about.
No.
She's just overly cautious.
Well, this is it, innit?
But it's not a bad thing to be, and I mean, it's where me and her differ, because, like I say, I don't have that fear and stuff. I still, yeah. And that applies to a lot of things in our life, unfortunately.
I seem to recall Jess giving me a heads up on that front.
Oh, yeah.
When she was saying, after I've passed, if I pass, she says, then Tom's going to be coming for a lesson. And she did mention, I remember her mentioning you.
Yeah, just always been someone who's, very cautious.
Well, you see, so in a way, that means you're really good for each other, doesn't it? Really,
oh, yeah.
You're covering all the bases here.
I mean, we're coming up to our 17 years in March the 6th and 7th. So we got married. We got together on the 6th, and we actually tried to get married on the 6th as well, but they didn't have it available, so we got married on the 7th. So we kind of got a double anniversary, 2 days. Which is nice because it falls on a Friday this year as well, so we actually can have it together.
So we're turning left at the end of the road. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, you met on the 6th?
Yeah. Well, we got together on the 6th. We've known each other for a little while. We met at school. We were together for 10 years, and then we tried for our 10-year anniversary.
Okay, that's it.
Going to get married in Brighton. So we rang up the venue where we wanted to get married in Brighton, and said, "Oh, have you got the 6th available? Because it's our anniversary." And they said, "Oh no, we've not got the 6th available, but we have got the 7th available." So that's what we went with. So we kind of just ended up with a double anniversary.
Or a longer anniversary than the last 2 days.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see, when you first started telling me that, and my next question was, well, where did you meet? Vegas?
Yes, it does come across a bit like that, but no, we had been together for 10 years before we got married. Been married 7 years. We'd had both of our kids by the time. By the time we got married.
We're going straight on here. I got married in Vegas.
Did you?
I did.
Did you do a little Whitechapel?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Do you or whatever, you know what, you're never going to please them all anyway, mate. So, I mean, I've had people doing pretty much the speed limit they get overtaken. Just some people just don't like being behind learners.
Well, we do find, like, with
So we can go the next road on the left.
left,
Yeah, just go down to the
spring.
positioning there. Thank you.
I'll just do this.
That's it. So, you know, I mean, we do the same, you know, when we're having a conversation and there's a tricky bit, we always say, yeah, and I do the same when I'm driving and yeah, I'm talking to my missus.
Oh, they'll do it, yeah. Well, yeah, she's just like, just hold on a second.
Yep, that's absolutely fine and it's acceptable interruption, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, so I find that now, so when I'm out with Jess and stuff, and I'll be sitting where you're sitting, and she'll be driving and stuff, I pay a lot more attention to the road, not just for her and stuff like that, because she likes it, but because I'm watching, I'm seeing what other people are doing, I'm seeing what she's doing, and hopefully help me.
Turning left first, thanks.
Okay. I'd be surprised how often you're in situations where you're doing exactly what you should be, and it's still not good enough for the drivers around you. They want to go faster, they want to do daft things and stuff like that, and just being overtaken in really, really silly situations. It's completely unnecessary because they've gained a car's length ahead, and that's it.
I had one the other day, and there was one of these central refuges. It wasn't on the crossing like this, but he went to overtake us on a bend, and as he moved out there, a learner car came around this way. He had to jump on his brakes and nip him back behind us.
Yeah.
And then they sheepishly followed us for a next mile or so. So we're turning right at this roundabout. Third exit, 1, 2, 3. I think what your requirements are for turning. So are you clear to go is a question?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. That's it. So even though the council car didn't have a signal on it and strongly suggested it was to the left. Because ultimately, you know, we go with best guess, don't we, at the end. You can never 100% know that they're going to actually do it. But the signs are there.
It must have some good weather again as well.
But doesn't it make a difference?
Oh.
Nice bit of sunshine.
Just nice, isn't it? Busy around here. I used to work there, part of the house, once upon a time.
So we are going to be turning left at the end of the road, please. Tom?
Yep. Heading up past the scrap place.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. It seems now I have it on good authority that one of the heavy goods drivers not got a license.
Not got a license.
Unlicensed. And he drives the big trucks picking up metal and stuff like that.
Oh, really? We used to do quite a lot of work with Continental for a job I used to have a long time ago, a place called Clean Tech. We used to do a lot of weigh-ins there and stuff like that. That wasn't the main thing, we just one of those jobs where we ended up accumulating quite a lot of scrap. And soon we had a bit of contract with Continental to basically take it to them and they give us a good price for it.
So we are going straight on with Canal. Yeah, I suppose the point is you know, never assume that you know, that somebody's got a license. Unless, you know, it's like official. I had a guy once who was 74, you know, who came to me for lessons.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He rang me up and you can tell somebody's old man voice.
Yeah.
Says, you taught my daughter to drive. And I need some lessons myself.
Just because he'd never learned to drive, or?
Oh, no. got there now. I said, out he comes. I said, go on then, what's your story? He says, well, I'll tell you the truth. He said, good idea. He says, I've been illegally driving for 52 years.
Bloody hell.
Which is pretty much what I said, along with that is absolute disgraceful, mate. And I said, listen, 52. He said, oh, he says, no, he says, I've had insurance. I said, oh, well, that's all right, isn't it? He said, how did you manage that? He said, well, he says, I used to work for the insurance company. I said, did you never have an accident? He said, well, one or two. He says, but they just admitted liability and paid out.
Yeah.
So I said, so how come you going to me for lessons now? He said, oh, the insurance company finally asked to see my full license. I said, what, after 52 years? He said, yeah. And I said, well, I haven't got one. He said, well, so they put insurance up to 1,500 quid a year.
Yeah.
Tom's cake. So, but no, anyway, at the roundabout, we are turning right.
Yeah.
Third exit. Good positioning, good opting, made clear.
Yeah.
I would say that, yeah. So good positioning again. Keep it tight, keep it right, that's it. And it just frees up that left lane for them guys. Here's our exit. So anyway, he could drive, but he ended up doing it in the automatic car because he already had a really nice Rover.
Yeah.
Automatic, and we actually had really good lessons, and of course.
Was he competent driver then?
Yeah, he was all right actually. Yeah, I'll give him his dues.
Yeah.
It was all right, and he did really well. And of course, he passed. And so he did it right, and that's the main thing, I suppose. But, yeah, and strangely enough, just down from where I live, the flats down below us, just not even 2-3 months later after that, and one of my other neighbours came up to me. He said, "Excuse me," he said, "Some lessons." I said, "Oh yeah." He says, "Can I be honest with you?" He says, "I've been legally driving now." I was thinking, "But it ain't gonna be 52 years, mate. It's 34 years." Seriously, within a few months of each other.
Yeah.
34 years. So never assume that they're all legit.
I mean, it does make you wonder how they get away with it. But I mean, I suppose in some respects, you don't ever do anything wrong on the road.
Okay. Let's go around. Yeah. So that's good use of your indicator. I would have given it there as well, yeah. Normally you wouldn't because the signals go around by our cars. But in that case, that's absolutely fine because it's quite a steep angle. I had another guy, and this is what we're talking about with licenses. He rang me up and he says, can you give me some lessons? I've got I need to get a driving test done as quick as possible. He says I do 1,000 miles a week, and he says I need that license. So I've got to. What the story with him was, he'd been banned, and of course he said he's banned. It's fine,
Yeah.
And after the ban, he started driving again. But what he didn't realise was that when you're banned from driving, getting your license back is not mandatory or obligatory. You have to apply for it again.
Right.
You don't have to do a test for it again, but you still have to apply for your license. And he didn't. He just continued driving, assuming that's the end of my ban. I'm now certified to drive again.
Yeah.
So he was illegal, but genuinely.
Yeah, a genuine mistake.
Yeah, sending left. So he was running an electrical company, electricians, right? And he says, I could have one of my lads drive me around, he's chauffeuring me around all week. Not good for the business.
I mean, yeah, like I say, if you don't do anything wrong, you never have an accident and stuff like that. Like, there's a guy, and Jess will be able to tell you the full story if she ever gets a chance to, but she works with a guy who's young guy, like mid-20s, and he.
No signals required in this situation. Because the guys behind you, we'd expect them to understand what you're doing by reading the signs. Yeah, the road situation.
And he had an accident in his cousin's car, but he wasn't insured or something, and ended up with a woman getting severely injured and her unborn child dying.
Ooh.
And he's in big trouble. He cannot get insured at all. And before that, his insurance was looking at like £1,000 a month or something ridiculous, which his parents were paying. I think his attitude towards it is just like, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll sort it out. It's not going to stop me from driving. And he's been pulled over for speeding. He's been being for a racer, driving
He works
dangerous.
at the hospital.
Yeah. He works in the imaging department at the hospital. Yeah.
Talking about something daft. Years ago, I was teaching quite a few people from Rolls Royce at the same time, and I had this woman, and she came for some lessons, and she wasn't really that good, and she was struggling a bit, and then she stopped having lessons, and I was driving down the road just like this on a lesson, and I saw her drive past. And she was driving on a road, and she sort of looked down and sort of like that. Anyway, I thought, well, so it was a roundabout like this, so I said to the people, go around the roundabout, just go back out. She took straight on second exit. And apparently, let's go.
Yeah.
So one of the other girls who worked at Rolls Royce says, oh yeah, what she's been saying is that she doesn't have to have anybody with her because she's got insurance, or so she has some weird excuse.
Yeah.
More anticipation.
Yeah.
A little bit more anticipation on that one. Anyway, the following week she says, oh yeah, she's put a car up for sale because we've got like a notice board at Rolls Royce. Sort of like the internal notice board.
Yeah.
And she actually was selling her car so she could get a different car so I wouldn't recognise her. She's driving around.
So will you do lessons in people's own cars, or can you not for insurance?
Well, it's a good question, and I tend to stay away from it. I have done on occasions, but slow on down. If you move out early, you can do it, but go slow as well. That's it. So the combination of moving out early, getting straight, and going slow is what's working for you here. This is the main element. Cool. Turning left, first exit at this roundabout next time. This is my insurance on this car. As you can imagine, incredibly good insurance.
Yeah.
It's about the best insurance you can get.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty much covered for everything.
And assuming insurance works quite differently if you're an instructor. You have instructor insurance.
Yeah, specialist insurance.
Yeah.
So I've got insurance that allows me to drive any car. As long as this car, I'm fully insured on this car, and I'm third party on all of the cars. Right. But one of the really good parts of this is I can give permission for anybody to drive this car, and then they're insured on it. Wait. All right, it's turning in. Are you close to go?
Yeah.
Do that then. At his speed, I wouldn't be comfortable risking it. You would have missed him, but it would have been close.
Yeah.
And that closeness would have been into your safety zone, if that makes sense. Yeah, sure. So one of the good things is, so for example, if I wanted to let somebody else, a mate or a family member drive, I can literally say, you have my permission to drive, you're insured. So they're off to go, and drive as long as I had a full license for a year, basically. And that's one of the really good parts of the insurance. Driving anybody else's vehicle is good as well, as long as they've already got insurance in place. And of course, if anything happens, that considering it's a bush route as well.
Yeah. Might be driving the bus, but I think I'd like to
I think driving the bus is alright. It's meeting the bus that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to take the next road on the right. You find it, go around the spec, you should be able to see it.
Yeah.
So I think you're doing quite well with your holding it back as well, Tom. Turning right again, please. So I can feel you tempering your drive really well.
Tempering my drive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, tempering the speed and you know, making it just the right. Because of course you just simply go faster and your mind understands super caution, but we need somewhere in the middle. So that's what I mean by tempering.
Jess mentioned this morning, she was like, you need to get around to doing your parking and stuff like that. As soon as you can, I'll take you down the supermarket and we can do some bay parking and stuff. She's really proud of her bay parking because she has to do it every day for work.
Yep.
She loves reverse parking into her bay. She's really good at it.
Good to know.
So she's like, I really want to teach her. Parallel parking, not so much, not a fan of that, but bay parking, she loves it. She always reverse parks as well.
Good. You see, it's like anything else. Once you get doing it, once you've done it a few times, it's easy. Have we not done the pulling up and stopping on the right hand side of the road, you and I?
No, we've been holding back, but I said that was fine because early on and stuff, I was still tapping around too much and I was making silly little mistakes. So I'd rather get a couple of lessons under my belt where you were happy to kind of take it to that next step sort of thing. So
well, so far, I mean, we're pretty much halfway through the lesson, and it has been really good so far, insofar as that those original sort of red flags.
What, like speeding?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Well, it was approaching situations too quickly. That was not the problem either way.
Okay, we are going to turn right at the end of the road. And we'll turn right again at the end of this road. But when we turn the steering off, try to feed it through your hand rather than let it slide through your hand.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only way to improve what you just did, which was absolutely fine apart from that. So they're really good observations. So if you can feed this through your hands, you see by feeding through your hands it also helps you to get the right amount of gas on as well. Because if you put too much gas on you can't do it. Not enough in it. Turning left, next one on your left. So your steering and your speed are really linked together. That's one of the major benefits, apart from the fact that it looks quite professional when you feed the wheel. Turning right.
You get penalised for letting it slide.
Turning right at the end of the road. Let you do this junction, I'll tell you. Oh, no. Cyclist. What's he going to do?
Slow down.
No. Priority, mate, alright?
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, so cyclists are pretty much at the top of the hierarchy of vulnerable people.
Yeah.
Pedestrians, cyclists, basically. Give way. You see, in a way there, I figure you'd already kind of looked up and down the road, seen no cars, and made your mind up, right, I'm going to go. Then as you went, you spotted the cyclist, and I thought, the way I saw it, is that you kind of calculated and thought, well, I've already... And what you did is you weighed up, well, there is a cyclist, yeah, I should stop, but I've also decided to go. And it was between those two things that you were considering in that fraction of a moment that you chose to go, and it was the wrong choice.
It's we talked about thirst and stuff like that because Jess is experiencing a lot of her first. Now that she's actually passed the test, like she's had to deal with emergency services and pulling over to the side. That's the first time that I've dealt with a cyclist. Fine. Sort of thing. But I'm kind of glad that I get these because I've done a lot of the things that she's doing for the first time, like post test, like before I get to that stage, which is kind of useful because if it does hurt, which I'm sure for a lot of people those sort of things do crop up in test. That you can kind of say, well, I've already dealt with this.
It's experience, isn't it? You know, it's the same. You live and learn. So yeah.
Doesn't it?
No, straight on. See, this is why it's always, you know, what you want when you're driving lessons, difficulty and trickiness and, you know, people doing dodgy things and stuff like that, you know, because it's just the way it is. It just shows you know, see, once somebody's made up their mind to do something, it's really difficult for them to change their minds once it's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
You know, well, I've already made my mind up to it, because that in itself holds a great value to us. Because that's how we make things move along in life. But we always have to be willing to adapt these driving. You know, anything that you do in driving has only got a 1 or 2 second shelf life anyway. Sort of decisions. Yeah, perhaps we're going to start to look at your parking next week.
Yeah, me too.
That should be a nice easy way to do a bay park. Make you at least as good as Jess. Don't tell her I said that. Don't steal a thunder.
No.
So when she shows you how to, you've got to do it wrong the first time, alright?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, Jess, I've really messed that up. Can you sort it for me? Just get out of the car and walk off. I can't do it.
At the end of the road, turn left, please.
That's it.
Seen any good movies lately, Tom, or watched any good series or anything?
We watched a lot of anime things. We haven't watched a movie. We watched that Hereditary actually the other day. I don't know if you're into horror. We are. That was quite good. Yeah, it's got I forget his name now. The Bridget Jones, famous British actor, in loads of things.
Turning left. Oh, Hugh.
Yeah. It's Hugh Grant, isn't it? He's in a horror. Yeah, he's in a horror called Hereditary. And he's pretty fantastic in it. Yeah. I'm hopefully going to the cinema tomorrow because the kids are with Jess's mum. I'm going to see that other new horror, The Monkey.
The Monkey?
Yeah, I'm sure it's called The Monkey. It's based on Stephen King.
Yeah, do you know what? We get 2 free tickets a month actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so for cinema, yeah.
I love going to the cinema, I do.
Yeah.
There's a problem with cinema at the moment. It's stagnating a little bit. There's just so much just the same thing being churned out, like Disney. My missus was a massive Disney fan, but they don't produce anything original anymore. They're just churning out the old stuff, revamping it and things like that.
I was thinking about it. Actually, since when we grew up, you know, when we were kids, my brother, we used to, Saturday morning, we used to go to the pictures, and for the matinee, you used to get two movies, two films, usually black and white. You used to get like a black and white film, which was like usually a London film, it was called, about 45 minutes long. It was always about a gang of kids who thwarted a couple of villains, grown-up villains and that kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get an actual movie, but then you get cartoons. You get episode of Batman, you know, the original Batman, and or Flash Gordon, or you know, Casey Jones. You probably don't know that one, but
I do, yeah.
you do.
Yeah, I was raised by grandparents, so a lot of my early experiences of cinema and movies and music and stuff are all of their era.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so, and we used to have that every Saturday, and it was regular, every single Saturday we used to go. And for your price of your admission, you used to get that, and you used to get a bag of sweets as well.
Oh, really?
Because it was kids, you know, so, yeah, so for your admission, as I recall, you used to get a bag of sweets. At Christmas, we used to get like a proper goodie bag, you know, on the Christmas one.
I mean, my nan used to take me, she used to like holiday up at, like near Mablethorpe or more.
Oh, yeah.
And they had an old cinema there. They showed modern movies, but they still had an intermission. It doesn't matter how long the movie was. I'll just deal with it.
Be patient. Because this is a great opportunity to use a little bit of time if you imagine your driving test, be in no rush. Are you clear after this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't have done the roll forward.
Okay.
I would have just stayed where I was and then moved out. Like,
Yeah.
So, apart from that, yeah. The old intermission, yeah.
Yeah, but my grandparents used to take us to on holiday to Mablethorpe and around there quite often. We'd stay in the static caravan.
Love Mablethorpe.
Yeah, it's
Remember the giant
nice.
tortoises up the
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
quite good actually.
I remember seeing them back in 1972.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've quite fond memories of the two things.
Yeah, sorry, go on. So the long-lived tortoises, so we're probably all the same one. So decades apart.
Yeah.
We're turning right. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Turning right to me. See the old remnants of the old lines.
Yeah. I remember doing this before and there was a right couple.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, two holidays that, because like I say, we were mostly raised by my grandparents, because my mum and dad separated when I was 6, and my mum was a bit of the one for the drink, and my dad was a workaholic. All he did was work, so he never really ever. We always used to ship stuff to my nan and granddad on my mum's side, so they raised me, my brother, and my sister predominantly.
Turning right at the roundabout here. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. And two things, Mablethorpe, static caravans was a big holiday, and canal boats. My granddad was hugely into canal boats. We usually went on 2 canal boat trips a year with them. It used to be a big thing to get the whole family, cousins, uncles, aunties, everyone used to go, and it was fun.
Yeah, it's an interesting point of canal boats. So I told my missus about these, and she wouldn't have this one thing, right? So I'll tell you, I'll let you do this roundabout. Straight on, so sort of better angling to begin with, because you are going there, clear?
Yep.
That's it. Because last time I think you went a bit flat into it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Canal boat. So he said, oh yeah. So you used to get the horses or ponies that pull you along. And but when you got to a bridge, and this is what I told her, she wouldn't have it. I said, what they would do is they would lie on their backs on the top of the canal boat and walk from back.
Yeah.
Because he's got a speed bump to go anyway. In fact, I think it's parked on that one.
Yeah.
And then again, he appeared from behind anyway. Yeah, and they used to walk themselves along the.
It's absolutely true. We've done it.
Yeah. You've actually done that.
Yeah, loads of times. It was a big thing. My granddad told us that a long, long time ago when we were younger. So you're talking when we were 7, 8, younger than that, and we were still doing canal boat trips into our early teens and stuff. And you come to a bridge, and obviously the boats are. Oh, got a bit fast. The boats are motorised now. You've obviously got a diesel engine in them and stuff like that, but we still used to get on the roof and you lie on your back and you walk the bridge. And it's good fun actually.
Yeah, cool, isn't it? I mean, that is cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
it makes perfect sense.
Really good holidays actually for kids. My missus is dead against it. I'm like, I want to take the kids on a canal boat. It's quite expensive now though. Yeah, it's quite expensive.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I've never been on a canal boat movie. I've been on one down the marina to have a look around and stuff like that.
I mean, I'd live on a canal boat.
No, it's interesting, you know. I used to work with a girl years ago, and she was working me through, so I was about to go. And she ended up, I think, buying one to go live on. And I think she only did one winter in it, and it's not very cracked, not very cracked up to it.
Yeah, we had a friend, my tattooist actually, Charlotte. I've known her for many, many years. Her and her husband bought a canal boat for them and their 2 dogs. Parked it up. I'm trying to think what the canal is. Wellington.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, parked up there. And right lane. Left lane.
No, that's Bus Lane. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's Mercia Marina.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they managed 2 years, and now they've got a house. Yeah, and they sold their boat. But so it's a great holiday. We used to really cram a bunch of them into that boat and stuff, doing the locks, getting the kids involved in doing the locks. And stuff. I fell in loads.
Did you?
Yeah, I really did. When I was younger, I used to have to wear a life vest. My mum was quite strict about wearing a life vest. I mean, I and granddad were. When I was outside the boat, but as I got older and stuff like that, and you get a bit more confident, you're shimmying up and down the sides of the boat, and you're walking across the top of the boat to get from one end to the other, and just because it's quicker and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm just going to go slightly off topic here because I want to mix a couple of things together. So you like a horror movie? You like canal boats?
Yep.
Have you watched Zomboat?
No. That definitely sounds like they're not into it.
Do you like a comedy?
Yeah.
Man, you have got to watch Zomboat. It's on Big Shy Player.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that.
I think there's only 1 season or 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
You will love it. Seriously.
We watched it.
The episodes are only 20 minutes long. It's made by the Beam. It's basically set in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Because you've got more canals there in Birmingham than they have in Venice and all the rest of it. And Zomboat it's called. And I would love to see a second season or third season, whichever. And it's well funny.
Yeah, I'd enjoy it. I'd definitely enjoy that. Like, just comedy horror and stuff like that. A little bit, almost a bit slapstick and.
Well, especially with it being from Brum.
Yeah.
It's got a comedy written all over it. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll definitely pull that up. I don't think I'll get Jess to watch it. She's not fussed about things like that.
Me too, I would. We can go middle lane when we get here. We're watching For All Mankind.
Oh, my son watched that. We never watched it.
Yeah.
It's hugely into sci-fi.
For All Mankind, it's not really sci-fi. It's
Am I thinking of it? Is it on Amazon Plus?
No. It's on Apple TV. Because I bought myself a new computer, so I've got 3 months free. And if you ever get a chance to watch it because what it is is based on the American space program,
Mm.
but it's got like an alternative reality into it. So, for example, the Russians became the first on the moon,
Right.
and they did it for all Marxist Leninist ideals and stuff like that, and so Middleton, and it just kind of, you know, John Lennon didn't get assassinated,
Yeah.
but Pope such and such did, and stuff like that, you know, Pope John or whatever. And it's all, it gives you like an alternative reality of what would have happened in this. So the space race is still on. It's really good to watch, actually. But I won't say too much about it. If you get a chance to watch it, it's worth watching.
I'm massively into that sort of thing in general. It sounds like something I enjoy. I think Jeff is just waiting for Severance as well. Did you watch the first series? If you've got Apple TV now, watch Severance, the first series.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely brilliant. Unbelievably good.
Oh, nice. I've seen
She
it
watched
advertised.
it and then made me watch it, so she watched it again. And now I think, because we quite like to binge series, so they're releasing episodes one a week at the moment. So we're just waiting for a few to come out so we can watch them, quite a few all at the same time.
That's what we tend to do. So we're watching this. So we've got to take the division, take the right-hand division, go down onto the. So we tend to watch a couple of episodes at a time. They're about an hour long, so in a evening watch, and then so you can watch a season over like across a week. Well, yeah, I've been looking at that sequence, and I kind of got a feeling it's a good series, a good series. Yeah, it's really good. So, right, well, now that you've recommended it, we'll have to shall we have a look? Right then, so we go, yes, let's go to 2 layers over. Very nicely done, actually.
And proud of myself then, because as I did my shoulder check, my steering wheel didn't drift.
No.
Which I did last time.
It's well stable, actually.
Yeah, I was talking to Jess about that, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I used to do that. You kind of just get used to it." Because I'm looking, and my arm wants to kind of go with where my head's going.
I think one of the main elements that made that possible is your forward momentum is so fast. Because if you carry too much forward speed if you try doing it before you've got that experience, you only need a little movement for it to translate as a big movement on the road, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So a little, a couple of mils on the steering wheel will translate as a few centimetres on the road. You get that little sort of tricky wobble, and you don't want that.
time of the day to get traffic down here though. I'll come down to the Sainsbury's or something on the lunch break, and usually it's not too bad.
Dilemma.
That's alright, if I was on my test, I'd love that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like being given money, isn't it? And free money.
Just sit in traffic, yeah. 40 minutes done, there you go.
As long as you've done your manoeuvre and someone did set on some independent driving, they'll mark it on there, right?
Well, that's what I wonder, is there a point where if you've been sat in traffic for so long that you've not been able to achieve a minimum that they could say you're going to have to do this again?
Yeah.
Presumably they wouldn't charge you for the second time?
No. If they abandon the test for any reason like that, then you get it rebooked for you.
Right, okay.
If they abandon it because of something you've done, then you pay yourself.
If you're driving dangerously. Me and Jess started watching a lot of these signs, a couple of similar to yours actually, the clips on YouTube and stuff of examiners
as well. And watch out, he's reversing there.
Quite a few coming.
We've got them as well. Nice and slow, so I can check out whether or not people are doing down here. Fire engine. Oh no, it's not fire engine, it's a truck. Delivery truck, you know, like
turn onto my street?
No, go straight on. We've got another 10 minutes. We'll keep the wheels turning.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, quite like getting into watching videos like yours and stuff, watching, but it's quite interesting when you're watching like mock test ones, and then they go through at the end kind of like where they failed and stuff like that, and some of them, Jesus, like, how did you get to mock test stage already? It's not a safe driver. I saw one with a guy who basically had a massive argument with his driving instructor while he was driving, and the driving instructor just said, "Get out of the car." Just get out of the car. Just left him. Like, not having you in my car anymore.
Yeah, so we're taking the next road on the right. We've got protected right turn to deal with. You can see this guy in front of us. He's actually done a reasonable job of this. So we want to make sure we get squared into it. So wherever you go early, square up early. Just be patient. Try and shoot it.
A little bit too far.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. No worries. No rush. So there's the compensation you have to do here. That's fine. Yeah, with the
Have you ever had to kick anyone out of your car?
no. One chap got a proper warning though once.
Yeah.
He was driving along the road, coming up to a crossroads or whatever. It's a straight bit of road. And he just went, all of a sudden he just went, with the steering wheel.
Really?
Yeah, no, you're on it, Johnny.
Thinking he was being funny?
Sorry?
Thinking he was being funny?
Yeah. Well, what it was, if you do that, the car still keeps going straight line, it's just the way it gets thrown from side to side.
Yeah.
Because he's changing the steering before it's taken any effect. The car And I gave him a warning. I said, listen, obviously I've too controlled it. I said, don't do this. And he was like, what? And he was laughing. I said, look, if you do that again, I'm going to stop the car, you're getting out, you can walk home, get a taxi home, I don't care, but you will not be having driving lessons with me. He went, what, are you serious? I said, serious? I said, yeah. I said, listen, you're going to pay. He said, when you crash my car, are you going to pay for the damage? His sort of face got all sort of serious. He went, oh no, yeah, fair enough then. This is also the same lad who had 2 DL10s on his license.
What's the DL10?
Drink driving. And the DL stands for drunk.
Right.
And he had 2 of them, and the 10 stands for 10 years. So that stays on his license for 10 years. Normally, an endorsement comes off in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So 10 years. And took his parents' car twice. Drinking. Sorry, he got caught twice. Right, can we go all the way around, Tom? Come back down this road. So it counts as a right turn.
Yep.
Fourth exit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay?
Okay.
Not now, I wouldn't, but I would have done. Absolutely. I saw that gap come in. I was thinking, yeah. After this one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go then. Go on, you can do it. Big gas, mate. Go. Use your nippiness if you want. Yep. Yeah, so this poor lad, who's his thing. You know,
You'll take him right through his lessons.
Yeah, took him to his test, and he passed second time, I think he did. I think it was an extended test as well. Maybe it was the first time, I can't remember. So I've only done a few extended tests over the years. And, so if you get banned for something serious like that, you have to do an extended test.
Yeah.
So it's a 60-minute test. I mean, this was quite a long time ago. I think back then he said we'd looked at insurance and the cheapest could find for a 1 litre, something or other, 1 litre course for £6,000 for the year. And I said, well, you know, I'm sorry, but you know, I do sympathise with your situation. You know, it's on your head, isn't it? And he just looked at it and he said, yeah. He says, I know. He says, I know. He says, you know, I'll hold my hands up. I'll pay them. He says, you know, that's only for 10 years, don't you? So he'll be paying pretty much
£60,000 for the insurance over 10 years.
Yeah. Probably.
Where's up an article?
Yeah, probably about 53 grand over the odds that he would have had to actually pay. It's a lesson in life. But to be fair, he did hold his hands up in the end. He said, yeah, no, he was on. I thought it was a real shame for him because he was only like 19 at the time, you know. So he made some bad choices. At least. That was that. So we'll turn left and go home.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's been interesting. I think people have told over the years. I'm retiring this year.
Yeah, no, that's it. End of an era.
Well, yeah, it's been interesting. It's flown by. I've got to say, it's gone really quickly.
At what point do you go to the point of retiring and saying, well, that's it, I've got my students, I'm not taking on any new?
Well, no, what I'll do, it's not going to work like that. I will tell everybody that I am retiring, and it's like at the moment I've got the manual car,
Yeah.
and I'm telling them that I'm going to be stopping doing that in such and such, and you know, at that point they can either come with me for automatics,
Yeah.
or you know, they can find another instructor, and one or two of them have, and that's fine, and I'm absolutely happy for them. Wherever you want, mate. Ooh.
He's going to make me.
Yeah, right. You're a bit late, mate. So go forward. It's okay. He's going to go in there, isn't he? I know he is. Yeah, see, I was going to get you in there. No. Yeah, what if he couldn't make it? You can't assume he's going to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Wait till you see your gap. So there's a space just over here. Oh, no, there isn't. There's space over there. Yeah. Look down there. So what I'll be doing is, as I get closer, I'll just tell everybody, you know, Because you can still have your lessons. No, you're not going to do that on your test, are you?
Nope.
Thank you. That's it. That'll be fine then, Tom. As I tell them, they can still have the lessons because they're still learning. They just start looking for a new instructor, basically, and when they find the right one, happy days.
Oh, that was good, that was.
Good drive.
Yeah, it was.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, I did. Needed that today.
Well, decent drive, actually.
Yeah, it's just that bit with the bike, but, and mounting a curb.
Oh, yeah.
But, no, actually, I felt good about that today.
Good. Now, next week, why do I do it to myself? Why do I do it? Yeah, so could you do a little bit earlier?
Yeah, of course we can.
12:45.
Yeah, no problem.
It's 1:45 because then I've got this one. Normally has it on the Tuesday, but I've got a test on.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Thank you for that.
Yeah, 12:45 is fine. There's your monies, and I will let you shoot off.
Okay. Well, Queens.
My phone's rung while I was in there, so I'm wondering if that's about this job.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. When will that start? If you get?
That'll be a while, quite a while, yeah, because it's NHS, so they've got to go through that whole kind of process of going to the recruitment team and all that. And then I've got a 2 months notice with my dad's company that I've got to work as well, so it's a little way off, but it'd be nice to know if I've got it.
Can your dad learn CAD in 2 months?
You bloody can't. He's a fantastic engineer. I